How's it? Today's Tuesday, May 12th. I got some exciting things today. I did my back squats, which for the first time in 6 weeks was pretty good. And then I also did some block power cleans with a power jerk, which I haven't done in a while either. To start off, I did my PT warm up, which consisted of the hip bridge, the Nordic hamstring curl negatives. And then Steve also wanted me to include that Copenhagen hip adductor movement. That's the first time I did it at the beginning of a workout. I'm not sure if it made too much of a difference, but I am happy with the outcome of the whole training session. So there's something to be said about that. Yeah, today was the first time I was able to squat over 200 pounds more than once in the last 5 or 6 weeks or something like that. I haven't checked back. And I also set this up right here. So this side-by-side comparison. This video took kind of long to edit. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this for everything moving forward. But for today, all of my important things have this overlay on it. So pretty stoked with how this looks. I started off with both the blood flow restriction cuffs around my leg as high as I could, and the hip circle. Last time I did with last time I warmed up for a leg movement, I think it was a snatch with these blood flow restriction cuffs. It felt really good. Like I felt like there was nothing wrong with it. So I was hoping that would happen again today, but it didn't quite feel as good as when I did the snatch the other day. Significantly better, and as far as how it feels, still a little bit of discomfort, but there's no like sharp pain like there used to be. So I took off the hip there, the hip circle, and then I took off the restriction bands there. It's restriction cuffs. So here's 255, pretty solid, and then my 275. Real nice and easy. Almost no pain. Like it is slightly discomfort, but it feels really, really nice to be squatting some decent weight again. And so I did some back offsets. Yeah, just 3 sets of three, like 85% of 275, which is like 233. So I rounded it up to 235. Pretty happy with how that feels. Just keeping those things in mind, the closer feet, like kind of more close to what I used to squat like, and then letting my hips kind of just stack on my leg as much as I can for as long as I can, and then pushing out of the hole with that position. It just feels better. I think I'm gonna need to kind of relearn the squat and relearn how it should feel with my hip. It feels like when I'm in the bottom of the hole, sometimes the tightness just gets lost, and then I can never reclaim that. But again, I'm just extremely happy with how everything's going. It's the first time I've squatted over 200 in multiple weeks. So I moved into some power clean plus a power jerk, which, as I mentioned earlier, I haven't power jerked from the front in quite some time. All the power jerks I've been doing were behind the neck, and I'm happy with how everything turned out. The goal today was to hit 3 triples with 1 power jerk at 220. I ended up doing 2 triples with the power jerk because I failed the first power jerk on this set. and I wasn't gonna redo it, so I called this on the first set because those three reps were pretty quality reps. I think I need to focus on lifting like how I was lifting um, yesterday. Like that's kind of the whole thing that I was trying to do, was to maintain uprightness over the bar and then um, push through with my legs instead of pulling up with my hips. It's a little bit defeated there, but I kind of make up for it. Yeah, so as I mentioned, staying up over and pushing with my legs, that first rep looked awesome for the clean here. Not as good, I would say. And then my third rep. I'm getting kind of thrown off because I'm looking at the side view and I don't ever look at the side view. So I'm pretty happy with how everything's going again. Another thing I was thinking about was cocking my wrists and sticking to the bar a little bit more forcefully on these than the prior sets. I'm getting height on the power jerk. It's just that like I wasn't really ready to quite receive that one at the end. So I'm moving to my overhead work, my overhead accessory work, which is just 5 sets of 5 of overhead press. 125 seems like a pretty good number for me to start out here because I was struggling with 135 in the past. And so, yeah. I'll do some Bulgarian split squats here. Steve was mentioning that I could go up to just the bar on my back, but I didn't want to do that, so I did just full sets of 10. Normally, if I add weight, I do maybe 8, 5 to 8, and then with weight, it's just a little bit hard to maintain balance, and if that's what's screwing up with my hip, then I don't want that to happen. And then I rounded everything out with some barbell jumps, just 5 sets of 5, real simple. That's it for today. Shoots, bro.